Uh, I just got hit by a fucking grandma. Ran into me. I just bought a brand new car, and a grandma fucking hit me, and my car is totally smashed. So I wasn't gonna make this video, but let's do my top complimented fragrances for the year, I guess. And this is instead of more of a top complimented for the year, really just kind of like a overall uh, throughout history, I guess. And there's gonna be a lot of like a broken record message here that I give a lot of times, but I will say as well because I was not very social this year as much as other years because of my health was not very good again this year, and it has been a really not good year, and I just have not. It has been hard to force myself to be, excuse me, as social as other years. And plus, when I haven't had a car for a while, and right when I get a car, Grandma just totaled my brand new car. So I was wearing House of Stoves #1. And maybe I was gonna get some compliments today, dude. I don't fucking know, right? I mean, there are some cute girls I was supposed to hang out with, but what are you gonna fucking do? Okay. Um, so anyway, my opinion on fragrance, top complimented fragrances, though, I'm gonna say this, I always say this, almost anything within reason can get compliments as long as it's not too out there. You know what I mean? So I would always suggest if you want to go for compliments, wear something, or if you could watch any reviewer and just pick out the fragrances that you like in their top 10. Pick out a few of them. It doesn't have to be their #1. Just pick out the ones you like because as long as it's within reason, you can generally get compliments, all right, okay? As long as it's like not too out there. And of course, another good thing is you want to like the fragrance as well because especially if you're one of those people that you're wearing the fragrances for the girl or whatever, like you want to feel good too because then if you don't get compliments, you're gonna feel worse because you're already showing that you're lacking a little self-confidence that you need to wear the fragrance to get compliments, right? So I think it's a better idea to wear a fragrance that you also like. And generally, that shouldn't be too hard because you can probably find a fragrance you like that is, can get some compliments, right? Also, besides that, compliments are random, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. Again, broken record, you can watch any of my other videos that I've made. Anyway, so again, this is kind of like a top for the year, although I've not been as social this year as other years, and it is a kind of an all-time. I just wrote down things here. Did anything change this year though? Did any fragrances come out that I got any compliments on? Period. I did hear Tom Ford's ombre leather this year. I did. Oh God, I only wore it maybe 2 or 3 times, honestly. Again, I haven't been very social this year, unfortunately. But I actually did hear some girls in real life like that one. That was one that that one. Maybe the that Prada black one. God, maybe I wore that once or twice too, and I heard some people like that. Other than that, I'm not sure too how many new fragrances came out this year that I've heard a lot of girls have liked. I haven't really heard anything about the new Dior Sauvage that came out. Was it this year the new one came out? Don't remember hearing much about that from any girls or what other ones came out. God, that Aqua de Gio one came out. I think that smells pretty good, but don't remember hearing a lot of people talk about that at all. So I don't know. Again, I generally like sweet fragrances as well, though. So a lot of fragrances too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't fucking wear it, so I can't tell you about a lot of the new fragrances. Just being honest with you, right? So what I have listed here, some fragrances that I've got a lot of compliments on before or deserve mention. Eros, I've definitely gotten compliments on Versace Eros. Eros did win one of my, I want to say it's called a taste testing, but a fragrance smell testing, whatever. Um, so yeah, Eros, I've gotten a lot of compliments that on that over the time it's been out. I've always thought it smells good. That's a good one. Invictus, I've said that before. Invictus, I've gotten compliments on. Again, I know people, girls have smelled me before. Other people like, what are you wearing so I can buy it? Again, I can't tell you much about Invictus Aqua, the most popular one, because if I ever wanted to wear Invictus, I just wore Invictus. What else do I have written down here? The Mobster, that was one that was getting a lot of hype in the community maybe a couple of years ago. God, I don't know if maybe I wore that a few times this year, but when I wore it when it came out a little bit, I did hear girls like it. I did get some compliments on it. Again, I don't think it's as beast mode as some other people said it was, but about the only negative reaction I can say to ever got to that is I know one girl did say she thought it smelled too much like cough syrup, which I can see that, right? Grand Soir, MFK. That's an awesome one. God, I love that fragrance. I've definitely gotten compliments on that. That's an amazing fragrance. We don't need to go into stories. Yeah, I've said the stories of that. I've gotten compliments on that. That's a great one. Amyris. That is one I would like to get a bigger full bottle of that one actually. I just don't have the money. But you know, I've heard a little bit more this year that girls have liked that, I guess. I remember years past, so I guess I'll mention that one this time, and that is one I like as well. 1 million, yeah, I've heard girls still like 1 million. Yeah, that gets compliments, and that's something where I wear a lot. But because a lot of times I have said before, if I feel like wearing 1 million, I'd rather wear. I'm like, am I like a cartoon character now, like a duck or some shit? Yeah. So I've heard a lot of times when I would rather wear 1 million, I would just rather wear CH Men 2 and 2 VIP Party Men, whatever that is. Um, because I think that smells good. Smells a little better, same kind of vibe. It's like the drunk 1 million, I would describe it as. I have heard one girl did tell me she thought that one was too strong though, and I have worn that before. Then I've had girls liked it to the point that they thought it was other of their favorite fragrances. I think I've said that before. I wrote down by Killian, Devaney. A new by Killian story that I have this year. I actually did get some compliments on is my camera done? I actually did get some compliments on Back to Black this year. Although funny enough, again, I've said this before. Back to Black is a fragrance that usually the negative feedback they just think it smells like baby powder is what you get in real life. And I was with a group of girls this year, and they really liked Back to Black, but they also said I smelled like really good baby powder. So what are you gonna do, dude? But in general, I always say that one throughout the years, I've never gotten a lot of compliments on that one, so that was a little bit different. And you know, that is something I've said too for fragrances that, in my opinion, it's actually more interesting which fragrances don't get compliments than fragrances that do get compliments. But Back to Black did a little bit better the few times I wore it this year, I guess. But in general, I've never thought that it's a huge compliment getter. What else from By Killian, you know? Um, I've said this before, but I've been surprised by how many compliments that the Straight to Heaven gets. I've still never worn Straight to Heaven Extreme enough because I just don't have enough of it. But I would love to see how it does versus that. First for Straight to Heaven, I did get a one negative feedback. I don't remember. She said I think a girl just said she didn't like it very much, right? But in general, that one is a one that is. I've been surprised by how many people have liked that. Although I do think it is a vibe. It is still a vibe fragrance to me. I think I've spoken about this before. So it's not really something I would wear if I was meeting like, you know, whatever, super. Actually, I don't know if I should say that on YouTube or anyway. I think the extreme smells better because I like more vanilla, but I couldn't tell you exactly how that does well comparatively. Other ones from By Killian that are worth, I don't know if I can really say if anything else is worth super mentioning. Oh, the next one, Dolce& and Gabbana, the one, oh man, like I said many times, one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Lots of compliments. That is one this year that, God, even I've noticed that a lot on people this year. Like, I'm one of those people, like, sometimes you smell fragrances, and even though I'm into fragrances, I can't always super tell if it's this fragrance or not. But man, there's been a lot of times this year I'm like, man, I think that dude's wearing the one. He smells really good, dude, right? Um, is it getting even more popular? I know it's popular enough that I've had girls say it's their favorite fragrance ever, dude. I think it smells fucking awesome. So, dude, still a great compliment or give a dude compliment. What else did I put on? Dulcis and Fundo. Yep. Let's say you could put Dulcis and Fundo and Montal Sweet Vanilla with a little cross patch, whatever the fuck that is, because they're both very similar. Not something I've worn a lot, but I have heard some girls wear it, and I did. I think I told the story. Was it at the beginning of this year? I actually had some girls following me around while I was wearing that. They just want to say, "We just want to follow you around because of how good you smell." So there, dude, I still can't believe that grandma hit me, dude. Fuck me, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um, yeah, but Dolce and Fundo, Montel Sweet Vanilla, I fucking love those fragrances. Definitely one of my favorites of all time. CH Men, one of the most complimented fragrances per wearing that I've ever had. Like I could not tell you the last time I've worn CH Men and not gotten a compliment. Tons of compliments, good compliments. Like I want to suck you off right now, kind of compliments. Good compliments on that one. Lots of. Again, I can't speak for the reformulated one, but I've gotten a lot of compliments on that. CH Men Prive again. You know, that was one I wanted to wear more this year, but I just was not as social, unfortunately. I mean, calling it like it is. I don't want to lie to you guys, right? Creed stuff. Millicent Imperial still does really bad, dude. Millicent Imperial does not get me. I know that's. I've never gotten a lot of compliments on that. Silver Mountain Water, though, tons of compliments. Silver Mountain Water. That actually won one of my little fragrance testings this year that I did with girls. Um, so yeah, that's still a real good fragrance. And I think it's my favorite creed too, so that's still it's good for me too, right? Aventus again, people know Aventus is a great compliment getter, blah 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 blah. Also Tuscan Ventus, I've done that before and gotten compliments on that. Again, not really me though, so I don't really wear Aventus too much anymore because again, I want to wear stuff that I like. Um, so that's something I wear a lot. Number 9, New Harlem. Yeah, I wear that sometimes. Yeah, that's one of those ones that again, that's one of those ones that girls say like, I don't know if I'd want you to. I don't know if that's a fragrance kind of smell, but you smell good. Kind of probably a cliche thing that you could see that somebody would say that, right? Armani Code Profumo. Yes, I've gotten a lot. That is a fragrance that is one of the most. That is a fragrance that in a single day the most compliments I've ever gotten. That would definitely be one of the top maybe 5 fragrance ever. Because I definitely have gotten a lot of compliments in one day when I wore that before. What else? Since I'm doing top complimented fragrance of all time, Aqua de Gio. Heard lots of people like that before, although that is definitely one that's so popular that you might seem like a douchebag a little bit, I guess, or the douchebag boyfriend. I don't know. Chanel or Blue de Chanel. I don't care for the others. I actually think the original smells the best, but I've heard people like that. Dior Sauvage. I have not heard any girl really, or sales associate, or whatever you call them, really mention the new Dior Sauvages. But the old ones, yes, lots of compliments. And I've been wearing other fragrances, and people have complimented me saying, I love how you smell. I love Dior Sauvage. Anyway. Allure Homme Sports, Extreme, the Extreme one still. That's another fragrance. When you're talking about most compliments in one day, that would be up there. A lot of compliments on that one. I think that one smells good too. Allure Sport, just a regular one. Good compliments, but they got to be a little bit closer to smell you. I think that is a great dumb reach cologne in my opinion. It's like a cologne in all the good senses of the word. It's a cologne. It smells like a cologne. And I think some people compare that to the fucking Eau Frosh or something, but I don't care about that one, so I don't know. Guess Seductive, I said this before, dude. I might have worn Guess Seductive maybe twice this year, dude, because I'm just so fucking over it. Like, but I said before, when I used to wear it when it came out, a lot of compliments to the point that when a girl told me that she actually just thought it was okay eventually, I was like, dude, what? It's only okay, seriously? Like, I was just so mind blown that that actually happened. Calvin Klein Reveal, I've said this before. That's another one like Guess Seductive, dude. I got so many compliments on it, I got bored of it, dude. A lot of compliments on that one. I even bought a backup bottle of X. I was getting so many compliments on it. Just kind of regretting now, especially because of all my financial difficulty I've had lately. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments on that one. There's something too about that one. That one smells better in the air. Like sometimes there's like a mix of that. I don't know if it's the vetiver in it that just rubs me the wrong way. So I don't like it as much anymore. And I got kind of bored of it. Cheap fragrances that you probably hear get compliments. Yeah, Curve, whatever, yada yada yada. Terris Oil Plus. It might be Kiss Perfumes now. Kiss Perfumes, you might have it down as. Oil Plus, I've gotten that. It's the marshmallow s'more one. Yeah, I've gotten compliments on that one. So that's a good one. I actually had a girl. What did a girl tell me this year? I think she said I smelled like the Bath and Body Marshmallow Fireside. I don't know if it actually smells like that, but I think I could see what she was saying. And fuck, I think Marshmallow Fireside smells good. So that's a good compliment on that one. Because she actually thought, I was like, she's like, oh, is that a Bath and Body fragrance? I don't know if she would take that as an insult, Terry, who made this or whatever, but I think that's actually a good compliment. That's a good one. kind of novelty, but whatever. Oh, Lamal. That's one that you know, it's an old one, and so a lot of people, maybe like, oh, it's like Aqua de Gio. You might be like the douchebag boyfriend, but man, Lamal, that is one I find that people they don't fucking care. You just smell good, and I think Lamal smells awesome. The beginning of it kind of just smells a little too much like stinky baby, like baby powder with a kick to me. So I'm not super horny about it, but I think it's a great one. The original one is still good, gets compliments. The fresh, yeah, you've heard that gets compliments. Ultra Lamal, yeah, that's actually, God, that was I might be buying a big bottle of Ultra Lamal again. Or yeah, big bottle of. I might be buying a big bottle at the end of the year. I've been thinking about it because that one does smell good and gets compliments. La Nuit de l'Homme, yes, lots of compliments. It's been reformulated. I can't tell you how the reformulated one does, but the old one I've gotten a lot of compliments on. I wrote this down before. I think I wrote down someone's don't because I always say that's kind of like a more interesting thing, right? Like Spiritus Duba Vanilla. I know people talked about that, and that's my opinion on that is still the same. Like I have not really gotten compliments on that one. That one smells really funky. Like when I do like a taste testing or a smell testing with some girls, they do think it smells good, but they also think it's something they want to wear. I find. Or Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo, the tiramisu one. I guess I've heard some people like that. I don't think it deserved the hype that it was getting, but by the fireplace. Yep, I heard some girls like that. Yeah. Hoss number one. That was my fragrance today to go out and slay, dude. I had things to do, dude. I had things to do, but I have gotten compliments on this. No one got to smell me today besides the grandma that hit me. And when she came and hugged me, she's like, "Oh, I'm so shocked," and she just held me a little bit. And I don't know, but Haas number one, I think that smells good, and I have gotten compliments on this. I said this before about this fragrance too. This is a fragrance that don't be confused by the notes because the oud is not. If anything, people might not like this because it's so sweet. That's what I'm saying. Other ones that I wrote down, Herod. I have heard people like Herod. I think Herod smells good. Was anything else different this year? I said about. I don't think I told this story, but I said before I've never gotten a lot of compliments on Pure Havana, but I did get a compliment on Pure Havana this year when I wore it. And let me tell you, I wear Pure Havana kind of as a dumb reach a lot when I'm just going to be out for like an hour or something like that. So it's not like I never wear it, dude, right? But I did get a compliment on that this year, and although it wasn't from a girl, dude, so it was a stoner dude came up to me and he's like, "Dude, is that Amen?" And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Is that Amen?" He's like, "You smell good." I'm like, "Dude, you got a fucking good nose." I'm like, "It's not Amen, but it's like the flanker to it, right, dude?" So pretty good nose for him, right? I mean, not the same smell, but he got it pretty close, right? I mean, whatever, dude, right? I don't know if that counts though, right? But because I don't know how many gay dudes are watching my channel, but compliment's a compliment, right? So take it. Pure malt, I've said this before. Pure malt is a great compliment getter. Performs well, smells unique, demands, so it demands attention, and the attention it gets is good. So I've said that before. Pure malt is still an amazing one. And then finally, what else do I have? I have Tom Ford. I forgot to talk about them. Tuscan leather is one that I've said before. Tuscan leather is one that doesn't do super great. I've found in taste testings or smell testings all the time. Just does okay. But when I've worn it, I've never had a negative reaction. You know what I mean? So it does fine. I wear it sometimes. You know what I mean? I think it smells good. I've gotten compliments on it. I've got compliments on a Tuscan Ventus too. Whenever I wear that. I've said this before, Tobacco Vanille has done better for me as the years have gone on. I think Tobacco Vanille, one of my favorite fragrances of all time, dude. Any other Tom Fords that I really wear now? I wear Amber Absolute sometimes, and I've said this before. I did get some compliments on that. Wouldn't say it's a top compliment getter, but as long as it's not the first 2 hours, like what did a girl tell me today? Or not today. This year. About one of the worst negative reactions I got to it is I think the girl she said something like you smell like a sweet sauna mixed with like a sweet barnyard smell or something. Something like a barnyard and a sauna, which I can kind of see. The first 2 hours are a little bit harsh when it's up close, but after it's been on a while, you know what I mean. I've had girls tell me they like it, and I've told this story before. I've had some really young girls tell me they like it. Who I'm sure they don't give a fuck what I'm wearing, how much it is. You just like a good smell, right? So, I'm not saying it's a top compliment getter, but whatever. Dude, I don't know. Do I have anything else to say? I stopped writing this because I'm just so pissed off of the background hit me, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but let's just stop there. Again, oh, there's lots of other fragrances I would like to wear more, of course. Like, I wanted to wear the cacao to read more. I would like to wear that more eventually, see how that does with girls and in general. And I wore Daniel Jose's Amber Tobacco. Heard some girls like that, but not enough to really tell you for sure because I only wore it a few times, 2, 3 times maybe. But I do like that. Again, one of the problems is I just have not been very social because it was not a good year. What do you want me to tell you? Calling it like it is, and I don't want to lie about compliments I've gotten. So again, it's kind of like a broken record. But dude, what the fuck are you gonna do, right? That's life. So anyway, this is getting long. Thanks for watching the end.